Today we're going to build this giant IKEA kitchen cabinet. Welcome, this is episode 11. If you don't know who I am, this is Jared, and it took me 6 months to completely renovate my kitchen in all my free time that I had beyond my normal 40-hour job. So with that, let's get into it and build my IKEA kitchen cabinet that I use as a pantry. Always start out with unboxing it, and then here's the directions for it. I just lay everything out on the cardboard before I get started to make sure that I'm organized and I have all the pieces and everything together. I always start with these screws. All right, you're going to install locking screws on one side and then the other, and I always get help from Lucky every time I do work. And I like to reward him with some pets for all his hard work. Next, we're going to install the mounting brackets that hold the cabinet to the wall. And of course, Lucky is helping with a camera on this shot. All right, make sure you line up this channel with the other channel when you slide this together. But don't forget to put the wood dowels in first. And you can see where the wood dowels go because they don't go in the holes that the metal screws go into. So that's an easy way to tell where they belong. I miss this cat so much. His name's Lucky. If you miss your cat too, put your cat's name down in the comments below. I'd like to hear your kitty cat's name. After you get the top and bottom on, you're going to slide the back in along those channels. And sometimes it's pretty hard to get in there, the bigger they are. So then you're just going to put the other side on. I put the dowel rods in, and then I drop the whole side panel on top. Once you get that top to sit down nicely, let's go ahead and lock it on with these locking nuts. All right, now let's nail the back panel on. But before you do, measure it up. Make sure that you're the correct distance apart, because if you don't, that might mean that your back plate isn't sitting in the channel, and then you nail it together and it's the wrong size cabinet and bows out in the center, or it's not the right size. So make sure you double check that measurement before you nail it together. Because I didn't want to lift it directly from the floor, I shoved some 2x4s under just to get me a little closer to the rail, the mounting rail, so it was a little easier to lift it and hook it on. After the cabinet's up and in position, then you're going to go ahead and take these plastic pieces and put them in that slot, and then it's a half turn with a screwdriver, and then they're locked onto that rail. And then it comes with these plastic covers to cover up that ugly part back behind in your cabinet so you don't have to look at it when you open your cabinets. Just slide it on. Now it's time to gather all my free labor. I got Lucky, Chipper, and Len in there helping me out, and we're going to build all the drawers. It's pretty easy, so let's get into it. these instructions come with basically choose your own adventure. So depending on whether you're doing an internal drawer or an external drawer, you follow a different set of directions. So I'm doing an internal, so I'm following that one. These plastic pieces cover the little adjustment area on the side of each drawer if you want to adjust it. So now that we have that drawer done, it's time to do about, 5 more drawers. So let's do it. This process gets easier with every drawer because you kind of know how they're all going to go together. They go together very similar. Just follow directions for each drawer face because that changes depending on where you're putting it. All right, another drawer done. We're almost done with this drawer-a-thon, so just hang with me for a few more and we'll get this wrapped up and we'll get into the shelves and put the doors on, so just stick with it. After all that drawer building, I became a pro, so watch this. This is how a pro does it. See, I told you I got good. All right, now this is for the mid shelf, and these are actually screws instead of just metal pieces that slot into the holes, but you're going to drop the shelf on top of it like this. And the other shelves just mount with little metal pieces that slide into the holes, so you can put those wherever you want and adjust them whenever you want to. So if you want to change them later, it's not a big deal. All right, next is the doors, and you're going to take these 153-degree hinges, and these hinges are awesome because you just drop them in the routed holes, you snap down this piece, and it pushes out against the routed hole, and every time you put them on, they're straight and just the right angle, so that's why I love them. All right, next you're going to install the mounting hardware for the door, and it's pretty easy. You just pop them into the routed holes and then screw them in, and that's it. Connecting the door is very simple. You just line it up here and you just kind of get the one front side in and then push down on the back side and it pops right in place. That's it. And then you put on these little rubber sticker bumpers just so that way when the door closes, it doesn't bang real hard against the wood. So here's the one thing I would have changed about this cabinet, and it's about the mounting. I would have put a 2x4 between this cabinet and the previous cabinet that goes above the fridge, because when you open the doors in the fridge, they kind of get in the way of the cabinet, and the cabinet gets in the way of the fridge. They both open, but you can only open one at a time. And especially on the pantry doors, you need to open the doors all the way to pull the drawers out. So I found that it would have been nice to have a little bit of space just to make things so I could access the pantry at the same time I'm accessing the fridge. So this is one of those things where I think a professional would have caught this ahead of time and would have said, hey, how about we do this and do this? Because they've had the experience over and over again of putting kitchens in to realize when doors will not open and will not close together at the same time. So this is one of those times where, looking back, maybe a professional would have helped me out in this situation and made it a little bit better, but I did it myself, so that's what happens. And it's done, my giant IKEA kitchen pantry. There it is. So next I'm going to build the island cabinets, so stick around for that. If you want to watch that, click this button right here.